Hi, Debbie Chu here from Chew on Vegan, and welcome back to my kitchen. Are you guys ready for another fantastic recipe? Starch solution compliant, low calorie density, high carb, low fat. I've got a really good one for you today. If you're new to my channel, I am a plant-based RN and I follow the starch solution. The starch solution helped me lose those last 15 pounds without counting calories, measuring my food. On my channel, you will find quick and easy whole food plant-based recipes. If that all sounds good to you, please subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a video, which is every Tuesday and Saturday. I would really appreciate your support. I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers and I can't do it without you. So if you like what you see here, please subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram. And if you're new to this way of eating or just feel like you need some more support, I started a Facebook group. And I will leave the link to that in the description box below. So today I'm going to be making fajita style tofu tacos. This kind of mixes the style of fajitas with peppers and onions with some crispy tofu. It's a really delicious combination. So let's get started. We're going to start by getting our tofu ready. We're going to get that in the oven. We want to get it a little bit crispy. You could also use your air fryer. Today I'm using my oven, mainly for filming purposes, because when I have the air fryer going and I'm still doing other things in the recipe, it's a little hard to hear me. So I'm going to use the oven. I've got it preheating at 400 degrees. I will do one side for about 10 to 15 minutes, flip it over, and then another 10 to 15 minutes on the other side. If you were doing the air fryer, you'd do 400 degrees for 15 minutes and shake the basket halfway through. So I learned something on my tofu press here. Yeah, I was today years old when I figured this out. Unbelievable. I did not know that these little things turned in and put even more compression on the tofu. Hello. So that was a little discovery. So if you didn't know that, there you go, you're welcome. So this has been pressing overnight. This is a block of extra firm tofu, and it really did compress it even more. Impressive. Alrighty, so I'm just going to cut this into cubes, and I'm gonna put the cubes in this little shallow dish, and then we're gonna season it up. And there's really no right or wrong way to do this. I think I do it different every time I do it. That's just how I go. It depends on what size cubes I want. And it doesn't really matter. Of course, the smaller they are, the quicker they're gonna cook. And if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I'm not a chef, nor do I claim to be. And I just like to keep things simple, low stress. Things don't have to be perfect. Just get the job done. And they're different sizes, and that's okay. I'm good with it. It's still a little damp, which is good because then that way the seasonings will stick to it. So what I have in here is a half teaspoon each of cumin, smoked paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder. And just sprinkle it over your tofu as best you can, getting it even. Okay, oven's preheated. And then I flip it over, mix it up a little bit, and then put the rest on the other side. And this is going to give it that Mexican flavor with the cumin and the paprika. And of course the onion and the garlic. And I really like to season up my tofu. And lastly, this may sound odd, but I'm gonna put lemon pepper on here. I like the little addition of the lemon and of course the pepper. So again, just mix it around and make sure all the little cubes have seasoning on them. Then this will all go onto our cookie sheet here. Okay, I'm gonna pop this in the oven and then we'll get started on the fajita part of these tacos. So I just flipped the tofu over, so it's got about another 15 minutes, so we're gonna do our veggies. I've got some water in this pan, a really good nonstick pan. I'm gonna add 1.5 cups of frozen green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, and onions. I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of frozen roasted corn. Now you could use fresh, absolutely. We're just gonna let this saute a little bit. We want these to caramelize a little bit so they get nice and sweet. I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of finely chopped jalapeno, and you do want it finely chopped. You don't want somebody biting into a big piece of jalapeno, especially if they don't really like spicy. So let's season these up with a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder, and some smoked paprika, and we'll just let this cook for a few minutes. Now I'm gonna add 1 cup of black beans and just let those heat through. And we're just gonna cook this till most of the moisture is out of here. Now this is how I crisp up my tortillas for my tacos. You could do it in the oven. To me, this is just faster. You just flip it a few times till you get the desired crispness. Then I have one of these really cool little taco holders that I'll put those in. So I'm just gonna crisp up a couple tortillas and then we're gonna put all this together. Oh boy, I am excited about this. So I've got my tacos nice and crispy here. So let's just put some of our, we've got that, remember that beautiful bell peppers, roasted corn, some black beans. That's gonna go in there. And then I've got my little crispy tofu that came out perfect. So just put about 3 in there, I think will be good. And then I've got some baby red lettuce and I just chopped it up. You can do whatever kind of lettuce you want. You could use romaine, iceberg. I just really like this. And you know what? It's what I had. Use what you have on hand. And then of course I've got some tomatoes. This is just some cherry tomatoes that I quartered. I like cherry tomatoes. They're very sweet. And you know, right now it's summer here and there's so much good produce. It's wonderful. And then I've got my plant-based cheese sauce. Now you could put this next to the veggies. I'm gonna put it on top. You could do both. And then I have a little bit of salsa, and this is just jarred salsa, nothing fancy. Take a look at that. Does that not look delicious? So I'm gonna give this a taste. Here we have our delicious tacos. Yum, so delicious. We've got our crispy tofu, we have our peppers and our beans, everything's seasoned, crispy shells here, just made on the stove. Like I said, you could do it in the oven, but you know, I'm low maintenance, throw it on right on the stove. Works great. So let's give these a taste. Absolutely delicious, perfect, I love it. Tacos are one of my favorite things. I could probably eat tacos every day. There's so many different combinations. So have fun with this, be creative. You can use different veggies, you can use different beans, different seasonings, just play with it and have fun. That's the beauty of this whole food plant-based lifestyle, is there's so many choices. When people ask me, gosh, what do you eat? I said, it's easier for me to tell you what I don't eat. Meat, dairy, and eggs. Everything else, I can eat. Very versatile, not restrictive at all. So thanks for sticking to the end. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and you will give it a try. And remember that all my recipes are good for you, they're good for the animals, and they're good for the planet. And what you put on your plate determines your fate and your weight. And just want to remind you one more time, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Follow me on Instagram, check out my Facebook page, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Phew! Please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I blah, 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 blah. So give of this whole food plant-based, like, Oh my God.